My short king fiance won't let me wear heels to my wedding.
Oh my God.
Goodness.
Oh my God. Wow.
My fiance, male 31, is short. His height has always been a source of insecurity for him, and he takes others' comments too seriously.
Does he now?
What comments like, yo, high five. Oh, sorry, buddy.
Sorry.
Hey, I didn't know
Oh,
you
I
can't reach
missed.
it.
My bad. You're short.
Yeah, hey, don't get short with me, buddy. Come on.
I'm sure it's got to be like the wow, you're short comments. You know, like you guys are both tall, so you probably get like the how's the weather up there, like different little things.
I don't
Always.
consider myself tall, honestly.
We are so tall. You know, we're both like 6'8". I can't.
I thought
see
you were
it.
7 feet
Yeah,
tall.
yeah.
Yeah.
People get that mixed up all the
Yeah.
time. Like, you know, the short people.
Yeah, you guys were taller than I thought you would be. I was like, oh, they're tall.
We do
There we
sit in
go.
chairs.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
do that.
Yeah.
With our wedding approaching, he asked if I'd consider wearing flat shoes at the wedding. I was confused, like very confused. And I asked if he was joking, but he went on a rant about how he doesn't want to be made fun of in his own wedding. And that if I choose to wear high heels, then we will look awkward in photos and in front of the guests. I refused, and he kept calling me selfish and inconsiderate and said that I prioritize a pair of high heels over his comfort and happiness for the big day.
There's an easy solution to this.
Tell me.
Wear high heels, man.
Ooh, now we're talking.
And they can be tasteful too. Like you can wear, you know, like those rock like shoes where they're like, you know, well, obviously we know about rock shoes because
Of course,
rock
yeah.
hair.
It's a rock convention
It's a rock-
happening right now.
Platform shoes, yeah.
Yeah, platform shoes, bro. You can wear like platform dress shoes. Imagine how hard this would go.
Or maybe we just fully commit and then it's like those like creeper boots where it's like this tall.
Yeah.
No, dude.
Creeper boots, but then he also has to wear a spiked collar and get sleeves
Yes.
It
added.
becomes a goth wedding.
He has to commit.
Yeah, have to
Okay.
be in theme.
So what you would have to do is do that on Halloween because you could totally get away with it on Halloween.
Halloween wedding. See, we are giving you solutions.
Just listen.
I'm
to
sorry.
us. I also saw there was a Reddit post where it was like it was a picture of everyone in Halloween costumes, and it was like my mom and dad invited everyone to a Halloween party, but when they got there, everyone found out it was their wedding, and they just got married in front of all their friends.
That's iconic.
That's genius.
yeah.
And they weren't wearing any costumes; they were just in like the bridal gown.
Oh no, you have to wear a costume if you're gonna do a surprise Halloween wedding.
But then that's where you dress up like the couple from The Corpse Bride, you know?
Smart. Oh, that actually worked.
Now we're
Oh,
talking.
that
I've
worked.
thought about this a lot.
What,
Graham and I
Halloween?
considered a Halloween wedding.
Really?
So can you commit on this podcast
that you will have a
that
Halloween
you will
wedding.
have that wedding?
Yeah.
We already have our venue booked.
Oh,
I don't want to hear excuses. I only want to hear
you commit to this. And also, just because you have your wedding book doesn't mean you can't get some spooky lanterns and like and some like cobwebs. There's still time.
There is still time, yes. And it's like October right now, so I could definitely find it.
it's
Yeah.
spooky season.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mom really wants me to do bedazzled Converse at my wedding.
I love that.
Where we're getting married, I actually don't even think I could do stabby heels anyways, because grass.
Stabby heels.
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah,
stilettos.
like stilettos. Like I could probably do like a wedge that's like a block.
Right,
But
right.
I don't like wearing heels anyways. And every wedding I've been to, I do not come off the dance floor the whole time. So like comfortable shoes is the plan.
I like them,
I'm,
but you
I'm
know.
down with it.
I'm like, we'd have to like figure out a way to make them look classy.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Suggestion.
Bedazzled Converse aren't instantly classy? What are you talking about? Bedazzled dress.
Now we're
Bedazzle everything.
Yeah.
Bedazzle face.
Big bedazzle energy.
Whoa. Stephen Bailey doesn't like the idea.
Yeah. You have a point. You know, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, hot take, but I'm here for it. Hey, buddy. Get on the pod. All right.
There we go. All right, Bailey. He had his mom involved and she was pushing me to reconsider. When I refused to discuss it, she said that my unwillingness to cooperate is a huge indicator of my level of maturity. She then went on a long rant about what lengths real wives are willing to go to help out their husbands and said that I'm apparently too immature and shallow to be committed in a marriage if I make such an issue out of it.
Well, and obviously too tall too.
You know, it just impresses me. It just impresses me sometimes the words that people will speak from their mouths.
Yeah.
I am like, I just can't imagine saying something so mind-numbingly insane to someone. Like,
Yeah.
how do you do that?
It's super weird for me because I'm in the same shoes. I am engaged. I'm planning a wedding, and my fiance is shorter than me. And I'm like, why does everyone care so much?
I mean, isn't it enough that like she's like marrying the guy? Like she's like, I chose you in all of your statured glory.
The lesson here is love is not enough.
Yeah,
That's the lesson of the day.
Yo, if you're not 6 foot, I guess you're fucked.
Yeah, I always make the joke because people like to point out how short Graham is, and I'm like, I don't get it. They'll be like, Graham's so short, and I'm like,
And
it's like I'm like genetically like a quarter Italian, so I'll tan really well out in the sun. And when I was doing long distance running, I was out in the sun all the time. People would look and be like, "You're so tan," and I'm like,
It's a funny way
What?
of saying you're Italian. I'm genetically a quarter Italian.
well, because then I'm like, "Oh, I'm Italian," and people are like, "What part of Italy are you from?" I'm like,
Right.
No,
You're not-
just like,
No,
yeah, it's just like
25%.
maternal side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But-
respect it. I can respect it.
I'm gonna start saying
Accuracy.
that. I'm genetically a quarter Polish.
I've gotten very sensitive to it because I say that online and people are like, "You're not Italian, you're American, you stupid American." I'm like, I know we're stupid, but I'm just trying to explain something.
How dare you explain
Wait,
something?
people get mad at you for saying you're a quarter Italian?
Yeah, I've had I've had that before in person. It's been so awkward where they're like, "You're an American, you like stop trying to claim our culture," like whatever. I'm like, I'm not. I just like I'm trying to explain why I can tan and why like I can look really pale, but also look a lot darker than how I look now.
Didn't you know that explaining your tanning is unacceptable?
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah.
I don't want to hear where you came from. I don't want to hear about
Your story? Not interested.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I feel it's like people are just like, hey, I actually don't want to hear anything about your life.
Yeah.
Just please stop telling me about
Yeah.
yourself.
Also, to pull it back to Graham, so people would be like, "Oh, he's so short," and his mom mentioned like, "Oh, you get people mentioning that." I'm like, "Yeah, usually what I say is that he would have been too powerful if he was tall." I have like that's my PG answer. My non-PG answer is that the universe took a few heights from one spot and put it somewhere else.
And that's what we're talking about.
No one ever makes that comment again.
The door shut.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of really good comebacks for things.
Go Chamber of Secrets open. That basilisk
I like the energy
coming out.
It's funny when also people ask you, like, when are you having kids? And be like, I don't know. When do you think I'm having kids?
I like that.
Or just like answer tomorrow. And they're like, oh, when are you having kids? Tomorrow. And then they're like, what? And you're like, tomorrow.
What is the optimum time? When do people start asking you that? Just like once you're
The
married?
second you get engaged.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always gotten that because it's Graham, and then people are like, well, you're 32. I'm like, it doesn't make a difference for guys. I'm 24. No. But yeah, the second we got engaged, oh, so when are you guys having kids? I'm like, damn, let's get through the wedding first. God damn.
Like unacceptable. You cannot enjoy your life. Make babies now. What do you have to say for yourself? That's what I thought.
Yeah. Am I being selfish? It's not just about what I want, but the high heels help make the wedding dress look better. And I feel I deserve to look my best at my own wedding, just like every bride's dream. His insecurity is preventing me from getting that. Am I the asshole?
Again, I'm floored. Humans first think these words, then have the audacity to speak them out loud. It just blows me away. I shouldn't be surprised at this point.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely like a little, I mean, he's just insecure. I don't think she's an a-hole, but like,
You know what? There might be some edits on this that make some of this make more sense.
There's an update. Ooh.
So to clarify, I'm slightly taller, but he said he doesn't want me to look any taller than that. So apparently it's just a slight thing, but if she puts on a few more inches, then it's gonna look really big.
Okay.
The guests he was talking about are his male friends and the men in the family. They comment on his height all the time, calling him names from Shorty, Koala, Little D, what? And Hobbit. And the list is long. They even have a list of jokes about him. Like I said, I'm slightly taller and he doesn't want me to be any taller. We had similar arguments about this height issue before, but this is the first time he asked me not to wear heels. Other times he lets me wear them, but sometimes he refuses to attend events with me. I'm 27 for those who were asking about my age. I was so happy that update was in there because I'm like, this literally sounds like me.
Oh man.
He won't attend events?
Why it feels like it's less to do with like his wife or his fiance and more to do just like all the men in his family are just clowning on him.
Right. Because it sounds like that insecurity. Most people like have an insecurity. Like we aren't born with insecurities.
Yeah.
It's usually given, but like, yeah, I get where you're like, these people are going to make fun of me and they're going to be at the wedding. I mean, one like, fuck is wrong with them?
Maybe don't invite people that actively make fun of you on your special day.
No.
It's your wedding. You can like invite whoever you want.
Yeah. I literally, so I was asking, because I found this story. I was asking my fiance Graham about this and he was like, I was like, does it bother you? And he was like, no, I like it when you wear heels. It makes it look like such a power move.
It does.
And he's like, because he's like, then you look like, you know, if like some girl's model height next to me.
Yeah. Like an Amazon
as I'm walking around.
woman.
Like, yeah. He's like, no, it's a power move. I love it when you wear heels and we're out in public. And I'm like, and you know, sometimes it can put them at optimal height to be at certain levels, certain parts of my anatomy. So he's fine.
That is what a short king sounds like, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like,
Let it be known that Graham Stephan is a secure
short king.
Yeah.
It's looking at all the positives and not being like, oh, this is what I don't have.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people are like, oh, you must be insecure. I'm like, or like I've gotten a few like on social media, they're like, why are you wearing heels if you're out with him? I'm like,
he's into it.
What? What are you talking about?
Short people can be secure in themselves. Incredible. I don't know. Like I feel like I think like if it bothers him that much, like what sacrifice is bigger? I guess it's like is it gonna ruin the wedding? And
Literally.
yeah, it's kind of a hard thing because there's like no in between. It's either you wear something that makes the height difference there or not, and then she's not going to feel as pretty, but he's not going to feel good if she's wearing heels. So it's kind of like I don't know.
Like I guess I think the question is who will feel worse?
I don't know. I just like I just cannot imagine like my future fiance being like, okay, this is what I've, which probably she's probably pictured, you know, what she wants and like thought about this a lot and being like, no, I can't fathom that.
It's just like, but I feel like I think like I kind of see this as a red flag in the relationship a little bit. Like this is something that he's gonna be like he's marrying someone taller than him. If he's not secure in this, like this is not gonna.
Also, his mom was like.
I think his mom was just trying to protect him. If I had to guess with those updates, because it's probably because his male friends and the men in their family, and I feel like she's just trying to help protect him a little bit. Because if she understands she's watched this happen to him for years, she might have a little bit of a different understanding.
Yeah, right. I think she should still wear high heels, but she should have a sit down conversation where it's like, hey, like you have to be comfortable with me being taller than you, because like if we're gonna get married. I'm not, gonna get any shorter. I think she needs to have a sit down conversation and be like, hey, like
absolutely nothing,
like this height is gonna change. We need to accept this like right now. Because if not, like he's gonna get big, he will be made fun of and then he'll, I don't know, like
same thing. So
it works.
A friend gifts her some like really nice high heels and then he's like, oh, like, I don't know. I feel like there's so many scenarios where it could like come up and.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come up. So just like be secure or, divorce.
Or I have a third option.
Yeah.
Leg surgery.
Oh, yeah, dude. All
they
those
can
guys.
be taller now.
Is that a thing?
6 inches. Now. You can get 6 inches.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Thinking of another option. Maybe she could, if she was, because I feel like most brides do about like 3-inch heels. She could see if she can go down to like a 1.5 to a 2. So that way it still kind of gives her those nice lines.
Right.
But then it's only if she's like an inch or 2 taller, it's only making her about 3 inches taller.
Right.
I wonder if that would be like a good happy medium.
I think that combination with him in like some like rock star heels.
Like, hey, I'll give some and you were saying a joke one.
No. Well, not actual rock star heels, but
getting
like
lifts.
Like
shoes.
You can get lifts in his shoes. Like
right.
I mean, there's like dress shoes where you can add like 3-4 inches probably for guys, right?
Yeah. So there are these things. I love how you guys look at me. So I don't.
Tell us the answers.
I know Graham doesn't have any of these, but he does know some other men that are very short that sometimes for red carpet events will wear lifts in their shoes, and you can't tell until he's like this big size shoes, so he gets all their handy down clothes, and he'll put them on and be like, whoa, what the heck? I'm up higher.
Right.
So there are lifts that could help with that. So honestly, he could get like a 2-inch lift and it would be the same and she could still wear her heels.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what if you got 2-inch lifts with a heeled shoe already, right? You get like 3-4 inches.
There you go. Yeah, because that could keep if you put a lift in there and then she just wore a slightly shorter heel, it would keep them the same distance. But that might be the happy medium.
Wow.
I think we've solved it.
We've come up with so many
come
great
to us for marriage counseling because we got
maybe
this.
not us, but Macy, I think is a certified expert.
Yes.
Certified
I guess.
by us.
Right.
That's right.
Wait, are either of you guys married?
No.
No.
So the 3 of us are going to be marriage counselors.
Yes.
And none of us have been married.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because we have the outsider's perspective.
Exactly.
Okay. It is so important to not know things.
Yeah, you got to have
tell
perspective.
people about them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's what like the whole internet was built for. Is just like people who have no expertise giving information about things.
Preach this.
Yeah.
And I think
Your story.
that's a
Recommend
wrap.
a story.
That is the end
You
of
should
the
recommend
story.
a
Yeah. Do you want to recommend a story for us?
Yeah. What's your favorite story? Do you have a favorite story?
You guys obviously know Poop Knife, right? Oh, you know Poop Knife? No. Oh my gosh. You got to check out Poop Knife.
Is that a person or a story?
It's a Reddit story. Hold on, I'll find it. Oh my god. Oh, there we go. I found it. I found it, the original. It's now on Museum of Reddit, and that's like how iconic it is.
Concept.
Okay. My family poops big. Maybe it's genetic, maybe it's our diet, but everyone bursts giant logs of crap. If anyone has laid a mega poop, you know that sometimes it won't flush. It lays across the hole in the bottom of the bowl, and the vortex of draining water merely gives it a spin as it mocks you. Can you tell where this is going? Because I don't think you do. You can.
Oh no.
Growing up, this was common enough of occurrence that our family had a poop knife. It was an old rusty kitchen knife that hung on a nail in the laundry room, only to be used for that purpose.
I was
Cutting
not
up the logs?
expecting
Was
that.
it was normal to walk through the hallway and have someone call, "Hey, can you get me the poop knife?" I thought it was a standard kit. You have your plunger, your toilet brush, and your poop knife. Fast forward to 22. It's been a day or two between poops, and I'm over at my friend's house. My friend was the local dealer and had guests over because you can't buy without sitting on your butt and sampling it for an hour. I excuse myself to lay a gigantic turd. I look down and see it's a sideways one, so I crack the door and call out for my friend. He arrives and I ask him for his poop knife. My what? Your poop knife. I say, I need to use it. Please. WTF is a poop knife. Obviously he has one, but maybe he calls it by a more delicate name. A fecal cleaver? A dung diver?
Oh my
Fecal
god.
cleaver?
A guano glove? I explain what it is I want and why I want it. He starts giggling, then laughing. Then lots of people start laughing. It turns out the music had stopped and everyone heard my pleas through the door. It also turns out none of them had poop knives. It was just my fucked up family and their fucked up bells. Fuck my life.
God.
I told this to my wife last night, who was amused and horrified at the same time. It turns out that she did not know what a poop knife was and had been using the old rusty knife hanging in the utility closet as a basic utility knife.
Oh.
Thankfully, she didn't cook with it, but she used it to open Amazon boxes. She will now be getting her own utility knife.
Oh my. There's so many layers of terribleness to that.
I don't even care if this one's real or not. It's real because I want it to be.
Wow.
It is one of the most iconic Reddit stories.
Oh, a whole knife for Dookie. See, I've heard of a poop shovel.
Yeah, but that's like in nature, right?
Yeah. It's like you go to poop.
Yeah,
and then- but you
dig
just
the
touches
hole.
dirt. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like a poop knife is a whole.
Where do you hang
Oh,
that? Is it like hanging by
edit.
the-
Comment question. Why was this not in the bathroom instead of the laundry room? Answer. We only had one poop knife and the laundry room was central to all 3 bathrooms. I have no idea why we didn't have 3 poop knives. All I know is that we didn't. We had the one. Possibly because my father was notoriously cheap about the weirdest things. So yes, we shared our poop knife.
So I think in their defense, think about tens to hundreds of millions clogged toilets yearly that could be saved from a poop knife. Like you really have to sit back and think about the math of the situation.
The water you're probably saving?
Are we saving the rainforest with poop knives?
I think so.
That's the question.
I think so. You know, you're saving the cut down of real logs by cutting down poop logs
on your own logs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go to work on those logs, baby.
Sorry, I accidentally hit the button for Siri.
Give us some
I
information.
love information.
Yeah, tell us.
It was on vlogs. I thought you said vlogs instead of vlogs.
Should we?
The subreddit is so wild.
Yeah. So we need our own story to recommend. Oh my god. Woo!
There's a subreddit.
Uh-oh. Big poop daddy. Oh yeah.
Ooh, I didn't watch the video.
Disgusting.
That's probably disgusting. I didn't proof it first. But there's an
Oh man, he pulled that out. Whoa!
He pulled it.
My
out.
God.
That's actually impressive that like
okay,
it's
if that
together.
came out of my asshole, I'm asking questions. Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Yikes.
We're now gonna recommend a story.
Our story. A non-poopy story.
No poop knives involved. This
Graham spends so much time on Reddit and I was like, oh yeah, poop knife, and I made a joke about it. And when we moved in here, I think it was like laundry room. I was like, oh, here I can put my poop knife, and he was like, what? And I'm like, Graham, how do you not know this one?
You spend time on Reddit and don't know about the poop knife?
I mean, we have a whole Reddit podcast and we don't know about it, so we're just like completely.
Oh god, it's just like one of those like iconic. You can get somebody made a joke product called the poop knife. Like it was a big thing.
Oh my god, capitalizing on it.
Thank you so much for coming to the podcast.
Yeah, our
Again.
podcast studio.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's
Our
beautiful
very own.
in here.
Oh,
it
yeah.
looks
Yes.
kind of familiar to me for some reason.
Yeah, like
we wanted
slightly,
to go
but
with
it's
that
ours.
vibe,
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, get
That? No, that's you know, that's my charcuterie board. You know,
That makes
it's
perfect
iced
sense.
coffee. It's a type of meat. You know, they slice it really thin, and graham.
And you have
graham
jack
is
cheese.
Yeah,
graham,
jack cheese.
Graham crackers.
Yeah, graham cracker with the jack cheese.
charcuterie.
Yeah,
Got it. So you
so-
just like line up the
Yeah,
crackers
exactly.
right here,
Yeah,
and then put the jack.
That's the cheese.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I'm-
it gives you instructions on how to
Yeah.
set it up.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
actually selling this.
If you like that story, check out this one where someone bans their friend for bringing their boyfriend to their wedding.